Hi guys, and welcome back to the show brought to you by hashtag I found beauty in my scars. And of course, because I'm a huge fan of Amakosi for life, I'm gonna be drinking today from my Amakosi bottle. Okay. So today I want to talk about the previous video. We spoke about the power of isolation. So today we are gonna talk about the power of elevation, because isolation leads to elevation. Okay. Always a struggle to open bottles, but my teeth are so strong, guys. Like everything that I need to open, I have to use my teeth. Okay. That is the result of disfigurement of hands through the fire. Okay. So firstly, thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel and everybody else who is willing or meaning to subscribe to my channel. So as I've spoken, we are going to touch base on the power of elevation, because we have already spoken about the power of isolation. When you are isolated, you have been prepared. You are prepared for a huge and massive elevation, significant elevation, that people are going to start assuming. You're going to start creating enmity. You are going to have enemies that you have no idea even you have. Because in the book of Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd, he says, I will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. That is elevation. Okay. So elevation is a manifestation. It is a manifestation. It's your dreams or vision being brought to life. It is not dead, it is alive. It's renewed. If it was dead, if you literally just made a decision that, you know what, I'm giving up on this life, I'm killing my dreams, I will settle for something less because there are no resources, there is no support. You tried opening a business, there is not enough support, and then you decided that I am giving up. You being pessimistic, and the devil is actually using you at your weakest point to give up on your elevation, because he knows when you are isolated, you are definitely ready for elevation. So elevation is a manifestation. It is when God is exposing you, or God is exposing what he has deposited within you, whether that is the knowledge, it is the business idea, it is your talent, your mission, anything that God deposited within you, or God has established within you. Because we make a covenant between ourselves and God, just like how he made covenant in the book of Genesis with Abraham, with Joseph. He had a covenant and nobody can break it. So elevation is a manifestation whereby God is exposing you. He's bringing us exposure. Normally we associate, or the connotation of the word exposure, it's always about pessimism. It's about negative. Oh my God, you're exposed or contaminated by some infections that are contagious. Well, elevation is contagious. If you are associated or have acquaintances or family members that believe in elevation, or the manifestation of elevation that is conducted or established by God, then they are also going to get it, because it's contagious. When there is an impartation within the family, it affects everybody in a positive way. So God is exposing the exposure within your family or yourself after isolation. It is exposing what God has deposited within you. Whether you ask for a seed of financial stability, the seed of health care or mental transformation, or the seed of acknowledging your purpose and bringing it to life, this is where elevation comes in. That is the meaning of elevation. It's a manifestation of God exposing what is within you. If you're a doctor, when God ensures that you actually finish that degree and become a surgical surgeon, or you end up in theater actually doing physiotherapist or operating on people, that is a manifestation. It's an elevation. If you are in the department of art, you are elevated by performing at the biggest stages, by performing in places that you always thought that you don't qualify for. Because for you to be elevated by God, you need to be in the position to accept and acknowledge the elevation. If you can't accept it, then it cannot be manifested. And if you don't accept and prepare or position yourself for isolation, then elevation cannot happen, because isolation does not stand on its own. It requires elevation, and elevation also depends on isolation. So now God is suddenly exposing you. Okay, enmity is now also being established, because the devil is saying that, oh no, I'm losing this family. This child in the family is being elevated, and which means I'm losing the people. And God does not want to lose, the devil does not want to lose the agents. As much as God is using you to elevate you, by elevating you, the devil is also going to come and copy the same strategy, because we are talking about a strategic God, an excellent God. God talks and does excellent things through strategic planning and establishment and manifestation. So the devil only copies what God is doing. If God is elevating you, then the devil will also want to disrupt the elevation process, so that he can also use you to disrupt and then steal and destroy people's happiness or your family. So now there is elevation in the process. You are being elevated. There's enmity created. The people that you trusted the most start calling you names. Oh my gosh, she's full of herself. Because it's because God has given you the hope. Because in the book of Jeremiah, he has said, my plans for you are for your welfare, to give you hope and grace. And the welfare, it is not to harm you or hurt you. So but what out there, you start being called certain words that you don't even understand. Like, let me give you an example of elevation. I'm sure Skomota was in isolation at some point, and then he came from nowhere. He's been elevated through the media, through dancing, through the department of art. Like, he's an entertainer. And a lot of people, obviously it's a controversial topic when they speak about Skomota, because some people believe that he does not deserve the elevation. But why? Because God uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things. He's been isolated and now he's elevated. He's going to high places that he probably also himself never thought he deserved. But again, you don't need a qualification or certain criteria to qualify to be God's child. Also, example of Shebeshet, he speaks about being in prison. He's been isolated. God needed him in a place like prison to be positioned for elevation. And Shebeshet came out of prison. What happened? He became a big artist, the most booked artist in South Africa, because I'm sure people were calling him names, and they probably cursed his family, that the people that he sinned against probably cursed him, that he will never be anything. Oh my God, he was in captivity. He was kept in captivity. He's somebody who's been in prison. And then what does God do? He takes him out of prison, just like Job. Job has been in captivation, and then he was taken out of captivity, and God multiplied everything that he has lost. Whatever that you lose out of captivity, God multiplies it, and he gives you more than you ever asked for. And that's what happens with Shebeshet and Skomota. They're being elevated in front of the enemies. So guys, isolation, whether you are being isolated in prison, in hospital, or in a school that you think you don't deserve to be in, or being unemployed or being retrenched, there's so many things of isolation. And isolation does not only happen in a negative way, like being unemployed or anything. You can be isolated while you're enjoying doing the greatest job that you have, but sometimes you're not happy in that position. However, God is making sure that you are in a position where you will acknowledge the elevation when it comes. So God, at this elevation process now, He's giving you a gift. Number one, that's when your gift is realized, your talent, your vision. You are now suddenly getting the funds that you've been looking for. You are now being called for interviews. Your talent, your vision, and your purpose is now being manifested. People are now realizing that actually this person wasn't just crazy. Like, she's been dreaming of being a model, and all these years she has not made it anywhere. However, today God decided to make this day, to give us this day our daily bread, to give the world your talent today. If He has the power to give us today our daily bread, then He has the power to give you this day the resources that you need in order to ensure that your dreams come true. You are now aware of your purpose. Your purpose is now rebirth. Whatever that was killed within you has now come to life. You've been renewed. You've been rejuvenated. You've been revitalized. You've been exalted. God is putting you on the highest peak on the hierarchy. So secondly, God now nurtures your gift. Oh my God. God is a natural or supernatural God. He nurtures your gift, your purpose, your mission, and when He nurtures it, He does it from every single angle, so that enmity does not have the power to touch you. Now when you walk past your friends, they just get angry. Jealousy starts. People get angry literally just for seeing you. People get upset for seeing your family progress. People get agitated for seeing you smile. That is elevation, because now your gift, you've been exalted by God, okay? He now start giving you resources. You are being called left, right, and center. Big people are sharing your information. People, powerful people with autonomy and the biggest resources, they are calling you for interviews. You've been associated with big people, big organizations, massive organizations, and powerful organizations are calling for your talent. Either you have been booked, or you're now writing your book, or you are now sitting in the same room in a radio station with people like, I don't know what, DJ Fresh, Mosquito, I don't know, but you just get exalted in a most strategic way, and people start talking. And after He's given you resources, God elevates you, and then your talent and your purpose is exposed. When it's exposed, everything else is history. So therefore, elevation does not happen in isolation. And isolation is a manifestation. Your gift has been exposed. Go out there, become the best version of yourself, because nothing and nobody has the power to stop you from accomplishing your dreams. Thank you so much for watching. My Kaizer Chiefs drink. Thank you.